Welcome to Section 4 of the tutorial for creating an interactive Excel dashboard. In this section, we will be building the dashboard worksheet. Open the Excel file that you saved at the end of Section 3. Remember that these 5 sections need to be completed in order. This section has 7 steps. This is the exciting step. We will be building the interactive dashboard using elements from the other worksheets that we've built. In cell B2, type sales revenue by division. In cell H2, type sales revenue by region. In cell D5, type equals. Then navigate to the calculation division worksheet. On the calculation division worksheet, click in cell B11 and hit enter. The text from cell B11 of the calculation division worksheet will appear on your dashboard. Repeat the steps to bring the remaining text from both worksheets to the dashboard as shown. On the next slide, I will show a list of the cells containing the formulas needed in each of the cells of the dashboard worksheet. Each of the cells in this table show the formula for getting the text into the dashboard. Each of these formulas should be referenced in the dashboard worksheet following the steps we just reviewed. Here is a list of those cells and the formulas that will bring the text to the dashboard. You have 4 in the calculation division worksheet and 2 in the calculation product worksheet. Now we are going to format all the headings in the dashboard worksheet. Select all the cells with text by holding down the Command key and clicking. Click on bold text. Next, use the drop-down arrow to change the font size to 16. Now select the cells for sales revenue by division, sales revenue by region, and the dollar amount. Increase the font size to 18 for these cells. Select cells D5, H16, B30, and K32. On the Home tab, click the drop-down arrow for text color. Choose Gray Accent 3. Select cell B29. On the Home tab, click the drop-down arrow for text color. Choose Blue Accent 5. On the Calculation Division worksheet, select the slicer and chart. Click and hold down the Command key. Then hit Command plus X to cut those items and place them in memory. Navigate to the dashboard and hit Command plus V to paste those 2 elements into the dashboard worksheet. Then drag the slicer and chart into position. You will have to widen column C. Repeat the steps to bring the slicer and chart over to the dashboard from the calculation product worksheet. A reminder of those cut and paste steps is next. To cut and paste slicers and pivot tables from the calculations worksheet to the dashboard worksheet, 1. Select the slicer and pivot table by holding down the Command key and clicking on them. 2. Hit Command plus X to cut. 3. Navigate to the dashboard worksheet and hit Command plus V to paste. On the calculation product worksheet, select cells B15 through F19. Then click the camera icon in the Quick Access toolbar. This is the tool you added in Section 1. Navigate to the dashboard and click in any cell to paste a dynamic picture of the pivot table. This screenshot will change as the slicer buttons are clicked. We are going to make another dynamic screenshot now. Select cells B31 through C36 in the calculation product worksheet. Then click on the camera icon. Navigate to the dashboard and click in any cell to paste that picture in. Widen column J so that the top 5 pivot table is centered under the text. Scroll through the slicer buttons and check that all the text shows with each selection. If an error shows, like the one shown here, or text is cut off, simply widen the column a bit. On the Page Layout tab, uncheck the View box under Gridlines to make the background for the dashboard a clean, solid white. Select one of the charts. On the Format tab, click on Shape Outline. In the drop-down box, click on No Outline. Repeat for the other chart. Note that this process only works on one chart at a time, so you have to do it one chart at a time. Now select the pivot table pictures. On the Picture Format tab, click on Shape Outline. In the drop-down box, click on No Outline. Select the columns in the first chart. On the Format tab, click on the Shape Fill icon. In the dialog box, click on Gray Accent 3. Now select the highest column in the first chart. On the Format tab, click on the Shape Fill icon. In the dialog box, click on Blue Accent 1 Lighter 40%. Select the columns in the second chart. On the Format tab, click on the Shape Fill icon. In the dialog box, click on Gray Accent 3. Now we are going to add an error message that displays when more than one slicer button is selected at a time. In cell B10, type the formula as shown on the screen. That formula is also listed in the PDF of this slide. Here's the formula enlarged so that you can see it better. That's a long formula. You can copy and paste the formula from the student case handout into cell B10 in this worksheet. To paste the formula into this cell, you need to click in cell B10 and then click in the formula bar and paste the formula into the formula bar itself rather than the cell directly. Hold the Command key and choose 2 divisions to see if your formula works. Then change the font to red and increase the font size to 14. Now let's add an error message for the other slicer for if more than one button is selected at a time. In cell I13, type the formula that is displayed on the screen. It's also in the PDF notes for this slide. Here it is enlarged. And you can copy and paste that long formula from the student case handout into cell I13 in this worksheet. Remember, again, to paste that formula into the cell, you need to click in cell I13 and then click in the formula bar and paste the formula into the formula bar itself rather than the cell directly. Hold the Command key and choose 2 regions to see if your formula works. Then change the font to red and increase the font size to 14. Our dashboard is complete. We are now done with section 4 of this project. Please save your Excel file. You will be using the file for the next section of this project. This video was created by Dr. Wendy Tietz. Have a great day.